Hello and a very warm welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you the recipe for the most flavorful and delicious waakye stew. This recipe is super easy to follow and the results are absolutely amazing. So do stick with me and let's dive into how this incredible dish was made. Thank you. In a blender, I'll add some ginger, cloves of garlic, onion, scallions, rosemary, star anise, and few green chilies. Then I'll blend everything until smooth. In a pot, I'll add some cleaned and washed goat meat and tripe, that's towel, along with cooked cow foot and its stock water. And I'll also add some goat meat seasoning and natural seasoning from Aja, but you can feel free and add your preferred seasoning, that's okay. I'll also add some of the green marinade I blended earlier. Give it a good stir and I'll cover the pot. So this will simmer on the stove for 30 to 35 minutes, or let's say 40 minutes maximum. It's been 40 minutes now, and as you can see, everything looks good. And you realize I didn't add any water because I wanted the meat to release its own juice and flavor. And that's just what you see. I'll just remove the goat meat and then I'll set aside. For the next stage, I'll blend a generous amount of ginger, green chilies, rosemary, lots of onion, garlic or cloves of garlic, scallions, star anise, and this will form a base for my next step. So basically, Samaya waakye stew, I use lots of ginger. That's actually fine. You can use your preferred amount of ginger. But the reason is, let's say I'm making waakye and I don't have shito. You won't feel the absence of shito because I used lots of ginger. Trust me, you won't feel it. So try it. Ingredients used to be listed below, and if you're new here, a very warm welcome to you. Please do not forget to like, share, and then subscribe if you're enjoying this video. In the next stage, I'll heat up some oil in a pot and I'll be frying the goat meat until it's golden brown. As you can see, it's golden brown, so I'll remove it and then I'll set aside. And once that's done, I'll add a generous amount of diced onion to the pot. See, I love onions, especially in my stew, because it brings lots of flavor, or adds lots of flavor. So do add, like I said, do add your preferred amount, and that's okay. And as you can see, I added some rosemary for flavor as well. So this will be frying for 5 minutes maximum before adding the ginger mixture I blended earlier. Usually I would add tomato paste before adding the ginger mix to let it cook down properly, but this slipped my mind, trust me. So after 7 minutes of cooking the ginger mix, I will add 3 to 4 ladles of tomato paste, and I'll allow this to cook on stove for maximum 20 to 25 minutes while stirring continuously to prevent it from burning. The next stage, I'll blend a generous amount of pepper, scallions, bell peppers, and onion. After blending, I will add it back to the stew and stir until it's fully mixed. Like I said, we are building flavors, and yeah, you can imagine. So at this point, the stew has been on fire for like 30 to 35 minutes. Yes. And you need to keep on stirring now because you don't want your stew to burn. I then add some chopped tomatoes, blended the seeds and poured them in as well. I also added some of the stock water from the meat I cooked earlier. So we are not adding any seasoning now because of the stock water. And this stew has been simmering for almost 2.5 hours, like 2 hours 30 minutes. And since it's waakye stew, you need to cook it down further if you are aiming for the authentic street style flavor. Yeah. So in a blender, I'll add some shrimp and I'll blend until smooth and I'll set them aside. Next, I'll blend some herrings as well in the same blender. And in the next stage, I'll add the blended shrimp to the stew. I'll give it a good stir before adding the blended herrings. But trust me, at this point, the aroma and flavors were absolutely irresistible. Trust me. Na baby tusha. Waakye stew, time consuming. Like I said, if you don't have time, then don't make it. Unless you don't want the street style, and then you're good to go with anything. Yeah. I added a tablespoon of my preferred seasoning, and I'm keeping it minimal because of the stock water I added earlier. And next I'll add some mackerel and I'll stir until it's well combined, followed by the cow foot and then tripe. I also added a teaspoon of natural spice. So like I said, add your preferred seasoning and you're good to go. Yeah. You can see my pot was too small, so I needed to change it. So I couldn't even add all the tripe and then the cow foot. So I had to change it. You can see I'm transferring it to a bigger pot with the tripe and cow foot already in. And the stew has been simmering on the stove for 3 hours. I will let it simmer further to allow the flavors to develop fully. You can cook it down for an additional 30 to an hour on a very low heat. That is if you prefer a thicker consistency. So finally I added some paposhito, that's small green peppers, and this is a delicious outcome. I didn't want the video to be too long, so I had to serve it off camera, and I had mine with some soft waakye recipe coming out soon. If you enjoyed this video, please do not forget to like, share, and then subscribe, and be sure to tell others about it. I would love for you to try this recipe and leave a feedback. See you in my next video. Bye.